All right. So while I am working today, I'm getting really hungry. I don't have much food left, but I still got these two things that I haven't done yet that I was setting aside for videos. We'll do the mozzarella sticks. I already got the air fryer toasting, warming up. I was trying to see how long does it say. Cook 3 minutes. We're still gonna pause anyways, like we normally do with these videos, because I really ramble. I do my best not to ramble. I know I always ramble a little bit, but I do my best not to ramble too much during these food review videos. I really just want to focus on the food or drink or whatever it is I'm doing at that point. Oh, look at that. Comes with a little bit of mozzarella sauce for it. So that's obviously a plus. Not mozzarella sauce, marinara sauce. Mozzarella sticks. My brain is fried. All right. Definitely, of course, right as I say that. I was going to say definitely mostly feeling better though. And then I just start coughing like crazy. All right. So let's go ahead, throw those in there for 3 minutes. Now, we might just keep this one going continuous. What I like to do with these guys is I don't have. Oh yes, I do. There it is. So take a big water cup like this, just throw it inside there, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the water for a second. Let it get really, really hot till it's steaming. And just fill this up. And boom, let it sit there. Kind of gonna float a little bit, but it's gonna float less as it kills the ice with the heat. By the time the mozzarella sticks are ready, the marinara sauce should be mostly defrosted. At that point, if you want a little bit of extra heat to it, you can pop it in the microwave, but normally it's good enough for me. Worst case scenario, if it's not going fast enough, I'll just like flip it over sometimes, let the other side go. If you want to get it hot, you can always replace the water too. But we'll check back in 3 minutes or whenever the first one starts to burst, because that's when you pull them out. All right, so ideally, you want to catch them right before they burst. It's not always possible, especially when you are doing them for the first time in a new oven that you've never done them before in, or a new fryer. And this is definitely one of those cases. Now, it was definitely not 3 minutes. It was closer to 5, I think. I already shut the timer off, so I can't see how much time was left. But that's been consistent with other things so far, where this air fryer seems to take a little bit longer. And then we got it just perfect. That one looks like it's just about to burst. And that guy right there just had the tiniest bit. We didn't actually lose any cheese though, which is why you don't want them to burst. All right, so let's get those guys off of there. And then, still hot. I don't have smaller bowls. I kind of wish I did, but we got this Pyrex bowl here to dump this sauce out. Let's go ahead and pull it out of here. Now, with larger packets, you may have issues with it not defrosting entirely. Ways you can do that is, again, changing the water halfway through. I'd say if you ever get to a point where you can stick your hand in there and keep it in there like that, it's probably at the point where you should put new hot water in, you can also just leave the hot water on, fill it up entirely, and then have it trickle. That's a thing we used to do in the restaurant to defrost shrimp, except for that we didn't do hot water. We just did like room temperature, kind of cold water, and you would just like take a bag of shrimp and put it in like a quart container or something, and then have the water run over there. And what it does is it continually gets rid of the colder water so that it can bring it up to temperature. And the same thing works if you use like hot water to heat up this sauce. Now you can see it's pretty well defrosted and even kind of warm. So we don't need to put it in the microwave. I'll throw out that piece later. Let's go ahead and throw it in this little dish we have here. Also, the size of the cup relative to the sauce is important too, because it's really just a heat transfer reaction. So the more hot water you have in there, the better it's going to work. If there's just like barely more hot water than there is cold sauce, it's not going to work so well, you know? That's why I went for the big cup. All right, so we got our sauce. We got our sticks. Let's just try one raw. They're pretty good. They're not great. They don't compare to like Sheets or Get Go mozzarella sticks, but they're solid. The cheese could be cheesier. The breading could be crispier, but all right. That sauce is pretty good though. I'd say the inclusion of the sauce definitely brings them up a little bit. Yeah, you know what? At first I wasn't sure, but with the sauce, I say I'd definitely get these again. Again, these are the Appetitos, which is ALDI's brand of like frozen appetizers and stuff. I wasn't feeling their potato skins. The best were Farm Rich, I believe they were called. I wouldn't get the ALDI's potato skins again, but I'd definitely get these again. They're not super top tier. Maybe I'll do a video comparing other types of mozzarella sticks next year or something like that. I'm not going to be buying snack foods for a long time. Let's just put it that way. I just still have these ones in the freezer from a while ago. So, yeah, I like these. I'll definitely give them a thumbs up. I'd say they're worth getting. Definitely kind of require the marinara sauce, though. Without it, they're a little subpar. But it's nice that they include the marinara sauce, you know? So we're going to call it a wrap. I'm going to go eat this snack and then get back to work. Peace. I love all of you. God bless America.